Embark on your journey into iOS development. Discover the strategic steps and insider tips to carve your path into the thriving world of iOS. From crafting an impressive portfolio to ACING interviews, I guide you through every crucial aspect, proving that a degree is not the only gateway to success. Take charge of your career, your dream job awaits. Today I'm going to prove to you that it is not required to have a CS degree in order to land an iOS job. And make sure to check out rebeloper.com/mentoring, where you can escape tutorial help with the help of me. Go ahead and check it out, rebeloper.com/mentoring. So today we are going to talk about how you could land an iOS job without a CS degree, breaking into iOS development and landing your first job without a degree. Now, here are some facts. The first one is 87 billion. That's the App Store app downloads in 2022. That's kind of amazing. And the revenue is kind of the same. It's 86.5 billion App Store generated revenue in 2022. Now, that is really amazing. There is a good use case to building iOS, macOS, tvOS, and all Apple platform apps, and therefore you are able to get a job in that field. Now, do you need a CS degree to break into this booming field? Well, the answer is no, of course. As I told you, we are going to talk about this today. Now, let's talk a little bit about the myth of being in fact that do you need actually a CS degree. Now, if we want to shatter the degree of the myth in fact, we want to talk about what's really important, and that is hands-on coding, social skills, and experience. Hirees are looking for these managers that are going to take a look at your resume and going to ask you those questions, interview questions. They are going to look at these things. Do you know how to actually code? Do you have any experience while coding? And optionally, but it's really a good point to have, are social skills. How are you interacting with people? How can you work inside a team? And so forth. Now, building a strong iOS development foundation is crucial for you to get that job landed. Now, first of all, you don't need a degree, but you do need a strong technical expertise. That is mandatory. Now, what do I mean by that? Because this is Apple, you need to learn the Swift language. Then you want to harness the power of UIKit or SwiftUI. If you are going to take a job or you are trying to get a job in a more traditional company like FANG or big companies, not just startups or small companies, then I would advise you learn UIKit. Otherwise, go for the SwiftUI route. It's much easier, and this is what Apple also promotes. For example, Vision OS is only SwiftUI, so you kind of want to guess where you want to land that job and then go for either UIKit or SwiftUI. Please don't try both at the same time. They are having different paradigms, and it's really hard to comprehend one, rather just two at a time. So if you're going to down the UIKit route, then you must know auto layout also. SwiftUI takes care of that. Now, of course, you do need to know about networking, core data, if you are going to have persistence on your device, or maybe just link it up with iCloud. Grand Center Dispatch is also a good thing to have. I have a whole YouTube video on this on my channel. Just go ahead and search for that. And of course, testing. It's a good thing to have test-driven development under your belt. It's really important to build out top quality apps. Escape tutorial help. At rebeloper.com/mentoring, I'm committed to helping you break free from tutorial overload. My mentoring sessions provide personalized guidance for developers at any level. Say goodbye to overwhelm and hello to practical skills, real-world applications, and confidence in your coding journey. Join rebeloper.com/mentoring for a transformative learning experience today. Okay, where can beginners master these technologies? Well, there are tons of quality iOS courses and, of course, not so good courses. Here are just a few that I highlighted. And by the way, you can check out the link in the description to the blog post that I have written for this video. And there you will find all of these links. Now, first up is 100 Days of Swift from Paul Hudson, hackingwithswift.com. Again, you want to hone Swift first, then 100 Days of SwiftUI from Paul. If you want to just start off without, 100 days, you don't have that, you could try Kodeco's Beginner's Learning Path for iOS. Also, there's Apple's own free SwiftUI training materials that you can choose from. And might I add, SwiftUI Camp from myself, where you can learn SwiftUI in 4 weeks. Again, the links will be down in the description. Now, crafting an interview-winning portfolio is really, really important because, recruiters are just going to take a look at your resume and then your portfolio. Of course, a good resume is important, but it doesn't shed the light on the nuances. Now, if you want to create a good resume, then you want to plan and architect and develop fully functional iOS applications, if that makes sense, because recruiters want to see that you have experience. Therefore, I would suggest a few apps that you might want to develop as, just put it up on GitHub and just distribute it for free. A weather app that leverage APIs, like Open Weather API map. Now, a location-based social app with maps and geoforcing. A photo editing app with core image filters and effects, a simple augmented reality with ARKit, a game, SwiftUI prototype from an iPad, a drawing app, for example, or whatever you'd like with SwiftUI, an e-commerce app with Apple Pay or maybe in-app purchases. So try to be as versatile as you can. As you can see, I have gathered these example apps from a variety of topics. Now, also, just to make yourself an authority some sort of a way, you want to contribute to open source iOS applications on GitHub. And if you really want to nail this, you want to also publish some apps on the App Store. I said that you want to publish this for free because then you get a few downloads, if not many, but a few downloads you will have some feedback. Maybe you are going to reiterate, release some new versions with some bug fixes or just new feature releases. And you can show this to the recruiter that you have experience. As I told you, experience is really, really important. No CS degree needed for this. Now, strategically searching for iOS developer jobs is your next step. Of course, you can apply for jobs that, you can find some sites that you can apply on the contact form. That's one way of doing it. Of course, you can also go for LinkedIn jobs, Indeed.com, Swiftly jobs, iOS Dev Weekly, a job board. Again, the links are going to be in the blog post that's down below. Okay, how to apply? Now, you can just apply online, or you can attend local meetups, career fairs at nearby colleges. Usually, companies do set up shop there and just, try to hire as many people as they can and they see fit, of course. Next up is you want to tailor your cover letter, your resume, for the specific job that you apply for. You want to take a look at what are the requirements, and you want to highlight that you are indeed capable of those requirements. You want to highlight those in your resume. You want to maybe just edit your resume to have only those. Now, you want to make connection with a hiring manager in LinkedIn. That's always a good thing because, just make yourself available, seen for that hiring manager. Okay. Now, next up is acing the iOS developer interview. Of course, you are going to be asked algorithms and data structures. Now, be prepared for, just to name a few, string manipulation, arrays and dictionaries, app optimization, memory management, testing fundamentals. Now, the list goes on and on right over here. What you want to make sure that you hone algorithms, and you can just go on to lead code and start off with the easy questions. Make sure that you hone your algorithm and data structure skills. Now, both technical proficiency is required, and also soft skills. Now, speak when you are going to get into that interview. Speak about specific iOS development challenges that you faced and you overcome. So managers are really, really keen on seeing how you are a problem solver, how you encountered an issue and then you fixed it. So feel free to just pick and choose whatever problem you faced in previous development projects, and then how you solve that. Please, please, please do share that with your manager inside the interview. Now, showcase problem solving skills and passion for the iOS ecosystem. Of course, you want to have passion. You want to show that. Don't show up saying that, I don't know, SwiftUI is maybe garbage. Let's just build this up in Flutter. No, if you are going for an iOS dev job, then you want to be passionate about iOS. You must be passionate about iOS. Ask smart questions about their product roadmap and team culture. Now, asking questions is relatively hard, but you must hone this. You want to convey the image that you are actually interested, and most probably you are interested in that job and in that team or in that company. So yeah, ask questions about them. Prove you're the right culture fit. Now, for this, you want to take a look at what is actually their culture fit. And then, again, like we did with the resume, you want to tailor your image so that it is according to their culture. Next up is launch your iOS development career today. All you need is determination, focus, and the proven ability to ship quality iOS apps. Kind of this summarizes all you have to do. You don't need a master's degree or CS degree to land a good iOS job. Master industry standard iOS technologies like UIKit, Swift, SwiftUI, all of that stuff. Build impressive portfolio projects, host them on GitHub, or just launch them on the App Store so hiring managers may take a look at them. Network and locate open iOS roles. Go for anything that you find a little bit interesting that you could work at, and prepare for technical and behavior interviews. You want to hone your technical skills, algorithms, data structures, Swift, SwiftUI testing, all of that stuff, but also make sure that you take a look at your soft skills too. Now, are you ready to get started? Check out these iOS resources for a good starter. Apple's app dev training curriculum, Kodeco's iOS apprentice tutorial, and finally, my SwiftUI Camp. The links will be down in the description. Now, break into iOS development today and land that dream job. And if you want to learn how you can crack that coding interview, go ahead and check out this video right over here.